पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So let us recite the Mangalacharan verse. ऋद्वप्रेणव भक्तिशस्य वितते संजीवनी स्वागमा, रम्बे कामतपतरुदाहदमनी विश्वापगुल्लासिनी। दूरान्मे मरुशाकिनोऽपि सरसि, भावाय भूयात् प्रभु। श्रीचैतन्य कृपा निरङ्कुशमः माधुर्य कादम्बिनी। श्रीचैतन्य कृपा निरङ्कुशमः माधुर्य कादम्बिनी। भक्ति पूर्वे श्रिता तां तु रसं पश्येद्यदत्तधी, तं नौमि सततं रूप नाम प्रिय जनम हरे। So in the last discussion, we were in the second offense, and we had partly discussed the second offense. So I'll just recap that. The offense of thinking Shiva to be different from Vishnu. So basically, what Vishwanath Chakra Thakur, he goes into the ontology of the consciousness, Chaitanya. There is Ishvara Chaitanya, there is Jiva Chaitanya, and this is sometimes called as Vibhu Chaitanya or Anu Chaitanya. And in that, there is one category not touched by Maya, and that is touched by Maya. And Narayan, sorry, Narayan, who is all pervading, who takes the human form by his inconceivable potency, that is the category not touched by Maya. But that same Lord, out of his own sweet will, comes in touch with Maya and is Shiva. So both are in independent consciousness, Ishvara Chaitanya. Whereas the Jiva Chaitanya is pervading in the body, it's minute and it is dependent on the Paramatma, Sukshmanam Aham Jiva, as it is mentioned. So, this is what we had discussed, and we discussed quite in detail the Jiva's free will from the Vedanta Sutra, and how the free will now is under the control of Prakriti. We are, but in its innate capacity, it is dependent on the will of the Lord, and it serves, that is pure devotional service or the Jaiva Dharma. So this is what we had discussed in the last class, and most important, about Shiram Yadadadi Vikara Vishesh Yogat. It is Vishnu only who transforms into Shiva. So the cause and the effect are non-different. In that sense, Vishnu and Shiva are non-different. One should not discriminate between the two, because it is Vishnu only who takes the form of Shiva and comes in contact with Maya for the purpose of creation out of his own sweet will. So they are non-different. And one who sees difference, then it becomes an offense. So this is where up till we had discussed uh, about the independent, all-pervading Lord, Narayan and Shiva. Only up till here we have discussed. Please remember, now we will go into other aspects. Now, further, Vishwanath Chakra Thakur, in the next paragraph, he speaks about now what is the position of Brahma. Because, to consider the demigods means including Brahma, Vishnu, and all others, the principal are Shiva and Brahma, then later on everything you can extrapolate. So he comes to now what is about the position of Brahma. Brahma. Lord Brahma is invested with the potency of the Supreme Lord. Okay, now let's read this. Anyatra cha Purana Agamadishu Bahutra Ishwaratmena Prasiddescha. Many Puranas and other scriptures describe Shiva as Ishwar. They describe him as Ishwar. यत्तु सत्वं रजस्तम इति प्रकृतेर्गुणा इत्यत्र स्थित आदये हरि विरिञ्चि हरा. The Bhagavatam says, however, that the Lord accepts the form of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva for creation, maintenance, and destruction of the universe. Now, please carefully note this. It is the Lord only. Yes, to Sattva Rajastama. Okay, let's go to the verse. Sattvam Rajastama iti prakrite gunaster. युक्त परम पुरुष एक इहास्ते दत्ते स्थित आदये हरि विरिञ्चि हरेति संज्ञा श्रेयांसि तत्खलु सत्वतनोर्नृणां सूय. The one supreme Purusha, Parama Purusha Eka, Parama Purusha Eka, accepting the gunas of Prakriti, Prakriter gunas ter yuktaha, known as Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. So he accepts the gunas, Sattvam, Rajasa, for what? Creation, maintenance, destruction. Rajas is creation, maintenance is sattva, and destruction is tamas. Stit adaya. Stit adaya means, it includes stiti, uh, pralaya, and all the three. Is called Sangya, Vishnu, Hari. So for maintenance, it is Vishnu, Hari, Brahma, Virinchi. Virinchi means the creator, and Hara. Hara is Shiva. Hara iti. So it becomes Hareti. The best results for the devotees, Shreyamsi Tatranam, will come from Vishnu with Shuddha Sattva body. Kalo Sattva Tanur. So among the three whom we should worship Vishnu. Although he takes the role of maintenance, but he is transcendental. He has got a Shuddha Sattva body. Now, very important to note here is that the Lord only, that one Lord, takes the guna avatars of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. And in the previous paragraph, Vishwanath Chakrathakur has explained how Shiva position is very unique. He is non-different from Vishnu. But now Brahma's position, what about Brahma's position? So that is being clarified. Iti anena tad sadharanayat brahmanapi ishwaratvam avagamate tad ishwar aveshad eveti geyam. From this shlok, it is generally understood that Brahma is also a Ishwar Tattva. It is generally understood as Shiva is also a Ishwar Tattva. As Shiva is also Ishwar Tattva. He may be considered as such in a way that he is empowered by the Lord's specific energy for creation. Ishwar Avesh. So Ishwar's Avesh, Shrishti, for creating, the creative impetus, that ultimately is that Shakti is bestowed on Brahma. This is very important. And please remember, Brahma's Chaitanya is not Vibhu Chaitanya or independent consciousness. It is dependent consciousness. And he is a Jiva Tattva. Jiva Tattva category. So very, very important that we should understand this. Although, in the verse, it is that one Lord takes these three forms, guna avatars, but sometimes, Brahma is also called as Ishwar Tattva, but it is not Ishwar, it is Ishwar Avesh. Ishwar, specific energy of, he is empowered by the specific energy for creation. So now, the proof for this is given. Bhasvan yatamsha sakaleshu nijeshu teja swiyam kiyat prakatavat tattvat atra. Brahma yah esh jagandandanata vidhanakarta iti Brahma Samhita oktahe. The Brahma Samhita says, as the sun manifests some portion of its own light in the stone Surya Kantamani, similarly being empowered by the Lord's energy, Brahma creates the universe. So let's recite this. Bhasvan yatamsha sakaleshu nijeshu tejah swiyam kiyat prakatayatyapi tadvat तत्र ब्रह्मा ह्येष जगदण्ड विधान कर्ता गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I adore the primal Lord Govinda. Govindam Adipurusham tam aham bhajami. From whom the separated subjective portion Brahma receives his power for the regulation of the mundane world. Brahma yah esha jagadandanath vidhana karta. Just as the sun, Yata Bhaswan, manifests a portion of his own light, Nijeshu Teja Prakatyatya, in all the effulgent gems, Ashma Sakileshu, that bear such names as Suryakant, Swiyam Kiyat, says Brahma Samhita. So, from this example, we should understand that firstly, uh, these gun avatars worship is not recommended, whether it is Brahma or Shiva, because they are tinged with the modes of rajas and tamas, and they can give dharma, artha, kama, but only by worshipping Vishnu one can attain even moksha. In one sense, Shiva can give moksha, but generally, it's Vishnu only. But it is the Supreme Lord who can give us the Pancham Purushat, Krishna Prem. So that's why this clear understanding should be there. So just like, there is the sun and its energy, its light, is manifested on gems like the Surikant. So similarly, a portion of the energy for creation is manifested in Brahma. So that is the example we need to understand. Ishwar Avesh. Ishwar Avesh. So this is the position of Brahma. This is the position of Brahma. So this one should be very, very clear about it. Okay. So having established now what is the position of Brahma, then Shiva's position is superior to Brahma. This now he is going to establish. But if you have any questions up till now, I can take it up. Any questions, any clarifications regarding this? Just a minute, I'll have to charge my laptop. Yes, Keshav Nath Prasad Prabhuji.
Yeah, Prabhuji, my question
1
is,
second. Yeah,
can you
just
hear me?
let me increase my audio volume. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Can you hear
Yeah,
me, Prabhuji?
very clear.
Okay. Yeah, Prabhuji, my question is, like we say that, we should not be worshipping demigods like Brahma and Shiva. Uh, but at the same time, we come into the parampara of like Brahmaji, and we do Guru Aarti also, right? We worship the Guru also. So how is that different from worshipping Brahma and Shiva?
Yeah, basically, when there are two things we need to understand here. That yes, from Rudra there is a sampradaya, from Shiva there is a sampradaya, the Rudra sampradaya, from Brahma there is a Brahma sampradaya. So there we are worshipping them as in the form of Guru Tattva, as Vaishnavas. That is favorable for devotional service. But when we see them as Guna avatars, as Devatas, and we have a Kaitava, there is cheating propensity that we worship them because of material desires. That comes under the modes. Kamasya ritagyana prapadyante anya devata tam tam niyamasaya prakrite niyata swaya. So then that kind of worship is, not recommended. So generally we should stick to the worship of Krishna or Vishnu, and the devatas we should see them as the limbs of Vishnu, and we should honor and respect them, and that they are also devotees. And that kind of thing is favorable. But disrespecting them, that will also become an offense. So we should never disrespect them. But when we have this conception that they are independent Ishwars, or they are aspect of the Ishvara, and that kind of conception when we have and we worship them for our material desires, then it becomes demigod worship, and that becomes unfavorable for our practice of devotional service. So that in that sense, we should not worship them. Is it clear, Prabhuji?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions anyone has? Yeah. So we will now very important clarification Vishwanath Chakra Thakur is going to make regarding the position of Shiva, how it is superior to Brahma. Okay, I'll directly go line by line. यथा पार्थिवा धारुणो धूमस् तस्मात् अग्निस्त्रयमयी तमस्तु रजस्तस्मात् सत्वं तद यद ब्रह्म दर्शनम. So Srimad Bhagavatam, he quotes this. I'll recite. पार्थिवा दारुणो धूमस् तस्माद् अग्निस्त्रयमय तमसस्तु रजस्तस्मात् सत्वं यद ब्रह्म दर्शनम. Wood is a transformation of earth, but smoke is better than wood. Parthivad daruno dhuma. So wood is transformation of earth, and in wood there is fire, and when the fire is lit, but smoke comes. So smoke is better than wood. Fire is still better. Now after the smoke's away, then the fire is there for by which we perform yajna. Tasmad agni trayamaya. The yajna is called as trayamaya Veda. Similarly, passion is better than ignorance. So passion here is smoke and ignorance is wood. Tamasa suraja. But goodness, sattva is the best. Tasmat sattvam. So here goodness is fire, you know, because by it one can realize the truth. Yad Brahma darshanam. Because when there is fire, there is light, and in that sense, it is, um, in that sense, it is self-realization. So this is what this verse is saying. Now, we know that Vishnu presides over the mode of goodness and maintains the universe. Shiva, Brahma or passion, and he is the creative force, and Shiva or ignorance, right? But Vishnu differs from Shiva and Brahma and is uncovered by Satgun, whereas Shiva and Brahma are covered by Tama and Rajagun. So, by these effects, one can understand Rajagun is superior to Tamagun and Sattva is superior to Rajagun. Smoke is superior to wood because it moves, and little bit heat you can perceive in smoke. However, fire is better than smoke because it is clear, full of light and heat. So the superiority of sattva is measured by the ability to realize Brahman. So that's why Sattvam yad Brahma darshanam. Sattvam yad Brahma darshanam. So that's what this verse is saying. Now, further explanation, Vishwanath Chakra Thakur says, Iti atra tamasa sakashat rajasa shrayashtopi vastuta rajas dhuma staniya shuddha teja staniyesh eshwaranu anupalabdescha. This verse establishes the superiority of Rajagun over Tamaguna. However, the realization of the Lord representing pure effulgence is not possible in Rajaguna, which is being compared here to smoke. For the realization of the Lord, even Rajaguna is not possible, which is compared to smoke. Sattvam sam jwalagno shuddha teja sakshat iva parthive dharu staniye tamasya api tasya antarahita tayo upalabder asti eva. Representing pure effulgence. Some Javal Agno, the Lord can be realized by Sataguna, which is like the burning fire. In Tamaguna, which is compared to wood, one gets a subtle realization of the Lord. Dharu Saniya Tamasapya Tasya Antar Hita Tayo Upalabder. There is a subtle realization of the Lord. That's what. Now, from this discussion, just this basic discussion, My question, please try to understand my question. Uh, Sattva is, best for realizing the Lord. Sattva diyad Brahma Darshanam. Now, after that next one, which is more better, whether it is Rajaguna or Tamaguna? And please remember, Rajaguna deity is Brahma, Tamaguna deity is Shiva. Who will answer this? Any thoughts on this? Any thoughts? You can try. Keshavnath Prasad Prabhuji. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji, I think, as you mentioned earlier also, I think it's the intention with which we are worshipping,
No,
basically.
no, 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 no. Let's not go into that. Just this example. You see, the example, there is wood, there is smoke, there is fire. Wood is tamaguna. There is latent fire inside, but it is, not manifested. Smoke means there is fire, that is rajaguna. And then there is the full-fledged fire, there is no smoke. That is sattva. So, wood is, tamaguna, Shiva, rajaguna, smoke, Brahma, sattva, the maintenance deity is Vishnu, and that is, he is Shuddha Sattva, please remember. So, Sattva yad Brahma Darshanam. For Brahma Darshanam, Sattva is favorable. Now, apart from Sattva now, within Raja and Tama, within smoke and wood, which is superior? Which the verse is saying, but what do you think? Which is better? Whether it is smoke or wood? That's the question. Shri Lalita Sumukhi Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Although you said smoke is moving, it will produce some heat, but wood at least has latent fire in it. And also, first in the slide, you told superiority of Lord Shiva more than Lord Brahma.
Yes, very good. This is a good answer. Very nice answer. So, although this verse is saying that, that Rajagun is superior to Tamagun, but still, in a deeper sense, actually it is Tamaguna. There is a subtle realization of the Lord. And Vishwanath Chakravarti clarifies, Tatta Karan अनुस्तुप्तो निर्भेद ज्ञान सुख अनुभव इवेति आदि विचार्य तत्वम अवेशम as in the state of shushupti, sound sleep, in the deep sleep, an effect of tamoguna. So in the deep sleep, actually, we are coming in touch with tamoguna, Shiva, presiding deity, and one gets the same bliss as if in realization of nirbed jnana, you know. The bliss what we experience in Brahmananda, eternity, bliss and knowledge of oneness of Jiva with the non-personal Brahman or the impersonal Brahman. One should ascertain the truth by considering the facts in this way, in this way. So this is what we should understand. And this is how we have to understand Shiva's position is superior to Brahma. Now, I'll again pose an interesting question. For chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, there is early morning Brahma Muhurta, which is Sattva, and then the daytime Rajaguna, and the nighttime Tamaguna. Which is the best time for chanting? Which is the first best time and the second best time? And the third best time? Okay. Who will answer this? Tirthpad Prabhuji, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandat ma'am. First best time is morning time Prabhuji. Second best time is night time, and third best time is in between time.
Yes. Why do you consider nighttime as the best time? How is it?
Like
Tamagunan.
Tamona, but Proji, like outside, if you see everybody sleeps and the atmosphere also becomes
You also get affected by
calm.
Tamagunan. You also might go to sleep while chanting. Yes, that's true. It's difficult to figure out. But actually, by evening, everything settles down. It settles down. And for introspective sages, that can be also a good time to chant. That's what Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj says. First time when I heard this, it took me a long time to understand. But we can observe ourselves, suppose we have chanted few rounds in the morning and say in the late afternoon when the intensity of the sun is there, when the mode of passion is there, you try to chant, you cannot focusly chant. But just evening when things settle down and you also settle down, get fresh, maybe you will be able to better concentrate. But of course, we should not try to chant our rounds in the night. Those who are highly advanced can do that. Those are not influenced by the modes, but we should try it in the morning only. So like that, we can understand that Shiva is superior to Brahma. So that's a point which I just wanted to make. But Shushupti, sound sleep, deep sleep, which is Tama, we all have experience when we go into deep sleep, we experience a kind of bliss. And by this bliss, you know, we can experience a touch, of Satchidananda. It's very close to that realization of Nirbed Gyan. So there is a subtle realization of the Lord in Buddha. That's what, is what is being mentioned. So that's the explanation how Shiva's position is superior to Brahma. Now, any questions? Any questions, any clarifications you have about this paragraph? So now let's go to the next one. Now, there is the dependent consciousness. So there are categories in that. So let's go into that now. Okay, so I'll go through one by one, line by line. अतिशितत्वं चैतन्यं च स्वदशाभेदेन द्विदम् अविद् अविद्यया आवृतम् अनावृतम च. Dependent Chaitanya or Jiva Chaitanya is two types. One is covered by ignorance and others are uncovered. So there is one which is covered by ignorance, one is not covered by ignorance. Tatra avritam deva manusha tiryak adi. So those who are covered by avidya, they are gods, human beings, animals, and so on. Very simple classification. Alavritam duvidam. Uncovered Jiva Chaitanya are of two types. Ishvare, Ishvarena Ishvarya. Shaktya anavishtam, avishtam cha. Not empowered by Aishwarya Shakti and empowered by it. So those who are uncovered by avidya, they are of two types, not empowered by Aishwarya Shakti and empowered by it. Anavishtam stulato duvidam. Now the Jiva Chaitanya not empowered by Aishwarya Shakti is of two types again. Jnana Bhakti Sadhana Vashat Ishware Leenam Aleenam cha. One is merged in Ishvara by practicing Jnana and others not merged in Ishvara by practicing Bhakti. Okay. And then Pratamam Saucham Dvitiyam Tan Maduras Aswadya Asaucham. So those who are, not empowered by the Aishwarya Shakti and merge in Ishwar, the Gyanis, the first state is miserable, Saucham, while those in the second relish the sweetness of the Lord, and thus it is not miserable. Now, last, Avishtam Dvidam, empowered Jiva Chaitanyas of two types. Chid Amsha Bhuta Jnanadibir. One empowered by spiritual knowledge, Chitta, and other empowered by the energy related to material creation. Maya Amsha Bhuta Shrishti Adi Bishcheti. Pratamam Chatustanadi. So the Jivas empowered by spiritual Chit Shaktis, Gyan Shakti is the four Kumaras. Dvitiyam Brahma Aditi. The former belongs to those such as the four Kumaras and the later belong to Brahma and others. Okay. So the dependent, covered by ignorance, avidya, the demigods, humans, and the birds and beasts, not covered by ignorance. In that, there is two categories. Invested with the Lord's Aishwarya Shakti, not invested with the Lord's Aishwarya Shakti. And within that, not invested in the Lord's Aishwarya Shakti, there is the Jnani who merges in the Nirguna, the Sagun Brahman, which is deplorable, which is miserable. So there are these two categories in this. We all know that. There is the, yeah, I will draw it here only. This is called as a Ishwar Sayuj. Yuj. You. 1 minute. Give me a minute. Let me start. Yeah. Ishvara Sa. Ishwar Sayuj. Ishwar Sayuj. Oh, pencil. Yeah. So there are these two categories in those who are merged in the uh, uh, Lord. There is one is called as Ishvara Sa Yuj, and there is Brahma Sayuj. In the Brahma Sayuj means one who merges in the impersonal Brahman. Impersonal Brahman. The Brahma Jyoti. And these are the Jnanis. The Brahma Sayuj means one who merges in the body of Mahavishnu. And he remains there only eternally. Doesn't come out only. Because he's got a liberation. So these are the yogis. So both attain, liberation. But there are two categories in this, Ishwar Sayuj and Brahma Sayuj. And among these two, the Ishwar Sayuj is considered more deplorable. And Prabhupada gave the example of, suppose a child comes out of the womb of the mother and, after coming out, he faces the miseries of material existence. He says, Mother, I'm really fed up of this material existence. Take me back in the womb. How difficult it is for the mother. So similarly, they go back in the womb of Mahavishnu. Jan Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dosh. So this is more deplorable. Narka Vancha Tabu Sayujana Loy. That's why intelligent people, they can go to hell but never take liberation. So that's why it is most deplorable. And there is the bhaktas who relish the sweetness of the Lord, names, forms, qualities, and pastimes of Bhagwan. So they are in the Vaikuntha Lokas and in Golok Vrindavan. Now, invested with the Aishwarya Shakti, there is invested with Gyan Shakti, the four Kumaras, and invested with the creative potency, the aspect of Maya, Maya Amsha, that is for Shrishti, that is Brahma. Now, this is how he, does this anthology of the Chaitanya Tattva. Chaitanya means not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here, consciousness, independent consciousness and dependent consciousness. Now, why does Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur does this also is to understand the different categories. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Sakala Sammana Korite Shakati Deho Nata Yata Yata, based on their levels of consciousness. Let me understand and accordingly give respect. Accordingly give respect. Accordingly give respect. Accordingly give respect. So we have to understand what is the level of consciousness of Shiva. Give respect accordingly. What is the consciousness of Brahma, who is empowered? What is the consciousness of the four Kumars who are empowered with the Chit Shakti? And the Gyanis are also there. We should also respect them. But the highest are the Bhaktas, pure devotees. And within that, there is Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama. That's why Rupa Goswami is saying, Krishneti yasya giritam manasadriyeta. Dikshasti cheta pranatabish bhajante isham. Shushushaya bhajana vigya nindadi shunya hridaya ipsitam labdva. So like that, we should understand. And that's how we should, give respect. So this is the point. Now further, there's a discussion about Shiva, that sometimes Shiva can be also a Jiva, empowered by the Lord. So this will come up now. But before that, if you have any questions, up till now we have discussed. Any questions, any clarifications you have? How to become free from this offense also. But there is another aspect which is very important also. No questions. Okay, so we will now come to now this last part in this theme. Vishwanath Chakra Thakur is discussing. एवं च विष्णु शिवयोर अभेद एव प्रशक्तस्य चैतन्य आक्य रूप्यात्. Due to similarity of Chaitanya, Vishnu and Shiva are non-different. So this is we have established now. They both are independent consciousness. One is free from the touch of Maya, and other on his own will comes in touch with Maya. Nishkamer upasya tva anupasyattve tu nirgunatva sagunatwabhyam eveti avaganyatvam. Devotees desiring nothing other than the Lord must discriminate between Vishnu and Shiva as worshipable or non-worshipable based on the basis of nirguna and saguna character. So Vishnu is nirgun. Saguna means, Shiva accepts the gunas. Vishnu Brahmadestu Bheda Eva Chaitanya Prakatyat Eva. Due to the non-similarity of Chaitanya, Vishnu and Brahma are different. Vishnu is Vishnu Tattva, Brahma is a Jiva Tattva. Kvachit tu Suryasya tad avishta Suryakant Manir Abheda Eva Vishnu Brahmanor Abhedascha Purana Vachaneshu Drishta. Sometimes Puranas describe the non-difference of Vishnu and Brahma. This non-difference may be considered like that of the sun and the Suryakantamani, the stone empowered by sunlight. So this we have already discussed in the previous. Kimcha Kvachin Mahakalpe Shivopi Brahmeva Ishvara Avishta Jiva Eva Bhavet. Now, very interesting. Please try to understand this. In some Mahakalpas, even Shiva, just like Brahma, may be a Jiva who is empowered by the Lord. Yaduktam. Now he is giving a reference. Kvachit jiva visheshatvam harisyuktam vidir eveti. Shastra says sometimes a jiva is also empowered as Shiva or Brahma. So this especially in the Lagu Bhagavatamrit, Rupa Goswami speaks about it. Ateva yastu narayanam devam brahma rudradi devata samatteneva manyate sa pashandi bhavet dhruvam Hari Bhakti Vilas. Now, Shastra also says one who considers Lord Narayan, the supreme among the Devatas, as equal to Brahma, Rudra, and other gods is certainly an atheist. Now, this is also a Shastric injunction which we should follow. Now, do you see any contradiction here? In contradiction in two Shastric statements? Do you see any contradiction? It's a little difficult, but I want devotees to try. Do you see any contradiction now? Till now, what Vishwanath Chakravarti has established between Vishnu and Shiva, and what this statement is saying. Do you see any contradiction? One who considers Lord Narayan, the supreme among Devatas, to be as equal to Brahma, Rudra, and other gods. At least let us take Brahma and Rudra. Narayan is not equal to Brahma. If you say it is equal, then you are a Pashandi. But Narayan with Rudra, what Vishnu Chakravarti has established? Anyone? Yes, Keshavnath Prasad Prabhuji. Yeah, I have unmuted you.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Prabhuji, can we apply the same Achintya Bheda philosophy here also?
No, you see, then you'll apply Achinta Bheda Bhed for Brahma also then.
Mhm.
Brahma Jeev Gati. So, till now, what Vishnu Chakravarti has established, you tell me, between Shiva and Vishnu. Keshwanath Prasad, what he has established? Keshwanath Prasad Prabhuji?
Yes, sorry, Prabhuji.
Yeah, what he has
Yeah.
established now, in the last 2, 3 paragraphs, what we have studied, what he has established between Narayan and Shiva. What is the truth he has established?
In the previous pages, you're saying?
Yes, in the previous paragraphs, what he has established. What he has established. Okay, let's hear from Lalita Sumukhi Mataji. Shri Lalita
Hare
Sumukhi.
Krishna Prabhuji. In the previous slide, you were showing the in order wise how we can give respect. In that, after Lord Narayana is Lord Shiva, then is Aishwarya Shakti, then is only
No.
in the flow chart you showed that, right, Prabhuji?
Hold on. No hurry. You see, even if you go to the flow chart, yeah, yes. You see the flow chart now.
Huh. Start Narayana, Shiva, Aishwarya Shakti, and last is only Brahma, right?
No. Please don't go this side at all.
Okay.
Between only Narayan and Shiva, what has been established by Vishwanath
And
Chakravarti?
Narayana is supreme. In the previous verses?
No, between Narayan and Shiva,
Huh.
are they different or non-different?
Actually, he has only expanded as Lord Narayana has only expanded as Vishnu,
Shiva.
Brahma, Shiva
So,
to do. Yeah.
yes. So my question is, are they different or non-different?
So, Prabhu, one day you gave that milk and curd example. Now, Prabhu, can we use that?
No, but I also mentioned the milk and curd example as what there is no difference between cause and effect, and that's why it is similar. That
Can
is
we
what
say?
we have studied now 2 days.
Yeah.
That there is no difference between Shiva and
Vishnu.
Vishnu. Both are independent, all pervading. Only one is beyond touch of Maya, and the same Vishnu expands the Shiva and accepts the touch of Maya. So
Okay.
one should see no difference between Shiva. But here, this verse, what is saying? What is this verse saying? Is that one who considers them equal. Yeah, here we see, we should, due to similarity of Chaitanya, Vishnu and Shiva are non-different. We just read it today also. Why are you forgetting this? But there is non-similarity of Chaitanya between Vishnu and Brahma. Because Vishnu is Vishnu Tattva, Brahma is Jiva Tattva. There is non-similarity in Chaitanya. Chaitanya means consciousness. So, but now, here, real contradiction in the Shastra comes that one who considers Narayan to be equal to Brahma and Rudra and other demigods, he is an atheist. So, what this means is this verse now, how do you resolve this contradiction? Because Narayan and Rudra are equal, they are non different. But here, when this Rudra refers to actually that, in some Mahakalpas, where Jiva is empowered by the Lord, the Shiva is actually a Jiva. In that instance, if you consider them as equal, especially Narayana and Rudra, then, then it will be, you will be committing this offense. So there are two things about this second offense. Okay, here it is the verse. Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahma Rudradi Devataha Samatveneva Vikshate Sa Pashandi Bhave Dhruvam. A person who considers Narayan, Yastu Vikshate Narayanam Devam as equivalent to Brahma, Shiva and other devatas. Brahma Rudradi Devata Samatvena is a low rascal, a Pashandi Bhave. Iti Vachanam Api Brahma Sahacharena Sanghachate iti. This Shastric evidence will be considered proper when Shiva and Brahma are both in the category of eminent jivas. So only in this category. So the conclusion what we have to draw now is that the second offense is that when we equate Narayan with the Devatas, Brahma, Shiva and Adi, there Shiva is of the Jiva category. If we equate like that, then we couple it to the second offense. This is one aspect. The second aspect is when we see the difference between Shiva and Narayan. When they are both Swatantra Ishwar or independent consciousness. If you make difference between them, then also you commit this offense. I hope you are able to catch this point now. Okay. So how to become free from this offense is very simple. I will take it up, but I hope you are able to catch this point and understand this. This is very important, what we discuss now. If you have not understood, you can clarify, or you have any questions, you can raise your hands about this. Any questions or clarification, or is this clear? Yeah. Lalita Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This is only clarification, Prabhuji. I mean, question like Lord Narayana and Lord Shiva are equal, right?
Yeah, they are
Prabhuji?
not different. That's what Siddhanta Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has established.
So we can
One
keep
who
Shiva on
sees
the
difference, he is committing an offense.
so we can keep Lord Shiva on the altar photo.
We'll come to that when we discuss the next this. We'll come to that. But understand the tattva first. The tattva is to be understood first. The tattva has to be understood.
Okay.
Any other clarification you have? And when this offense can also happen, I made it clear, when we equate Narayan with all the devatas as equal, and there Brahma, Shiva are there, that Shiva is of the Jiva category. That time when we equate, then it will be an offense. But we don't take him as a Jiva category, but he's, he's Shiva Tattva, not a Jiva Tattva, then there is no offense. Otherwise, it will be an offense equating. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhu, I don't know if I'm going off the tangent, but just the 10 offenses against the holy name, consider chanting the names of Lord Shiva to be equal to the or independent of the names of the Lord Vishnu.
Yeah, that second offense only we are discussing now.
But we just saw it's equal. They are equal, right?
Yes,
Same.
yes. But again, the name of Shiva is drawn from the name of Krishna. Shiva means auspicious. All auspicious, actually, it's coming from Krishna, like that. So we take the highest name, like that. Those who take the name of Shiva and worship him, they might get liberation. But all auspiciousness, highest liberation is what? Jivere Sarupoy Krishna Nityadas. So like that, we should take the name of Vishnu only in that sense. But the tattva is that that they are non-different in tattva.
Okay.
The names, namnamikarya bahuda nija sarva shakti. Different names have different potencies, you know. So when we take Paramatma or Ishwar, it is in relation to the material world. But we take Krishna, Govinda, Gopinath, that are in relation to the Lord in his spiritual world performing pastimes. So like that, there is gradation like that. That's why there is Mukhya Naam and Gauna Naam like that. Yes, dear Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Prabhu. So, now here it is mentioned that sometimes even Jiva can be empowered as Shiva.
Yeah, in some Mahakalpas.
Yeah.
And that time, if we equate, then, it's considered a partial being.
Yeah, Prabhu. But generally,
How do
what
you-
we should what we should consider whether I mean Shiva is he's Lord only, just in touch
We
with
should
Maya, with
consider him as a
mystery.
Lord only, because we
Yeah.
don't know which Kalpa, Jiva takes the role of Shiva. But, the clarification is consider them being equal, then that is why it is clarified by Vishwanath Chakra Thakur. In that case, when it is said equal, if they consider Narayan equal to the demigods, in that Shiva is actually the Jiva category. You have to understand that. That's it.
Right.
Otherwise, Shiva and Vishnu are not different.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. The next paragraph will make it very clear, and I'll take that and we'll complete the discussion today. Now, how this third offense, how we become free from this third offense? Those who have not discussed this truth say Vishnu is only Lord, not Shiva. Evam aparalochatvam Vishnur eveshwaro na Shiva. Shiva is only Lord, not Vishnu. Shiva eveshwara na Vishnu. Vayam ananya naiva pashyama Shivam vayam cha na Vishnu. We are sole devotees of Vishnu and will not see Shiva. We are sole devotees of Shiva, we will not see Vishnu. But both are not different. So there is, in the South India, there is a Vishnu Kanchi and the Shiva Kanchi. So where Vishnu is worshipped in one area of Kanchipuram and Shiva. And, eternally this fight goes on there. And when Nityanand Prabhu went also, he saw that, they were arguing, these devotees. Oh, we will not see the Vaishnavas. They are worshippers of Vishnu. We are worshippers of Shiva. And similarly, the attitude of the worshippers of Vishnu is there. And I myself observed when I went to Vishnu Kanchi, had the darshan, I met the Vaishnavas there, I chanted my rounds there. And then I went to Shiva Kanchi, there was a Shiva Linga, I sat there and I started chanting. And the Pujari, hey, don't take the name of Vishnu here, take the name of Shiva. So then you commit an offense. Ityadi vivadagrasta matinam aparade jate. Their minds thus absorbed in argument, they commit offense. कालेन कदाचित तत् पारिलोचन विज्ञ साधु जन प्रतिबोधित्वे तेषाम एव शिवस्य भगवत स्वरूपाद अभिन्नत्वेन लब्ध प्रतीतनम. If in time such offenders get the association of sadhus expert in discussing all these truths and are enlightened by them, they can also realize the non-difference of Shiva and the Lord. Nama kirtane vaparada shaya. Then by doing Nam Kirtan, their aparad is nullified. So when they understand this truth and they do Nam Kirtan, then, it will be nullified. So that is regarding how to become free from this offense. I hope now things are more clear. So any questions, any clarifications we have? We have finished now this discussion. Now, next will be Shruti Shastra Nindanam. That aparadhi will take. That is also very important. And, generally we think we don't commit this offense, but we commit this offense quite a lot. Shruti Shastra Nindanam. This will take it up tomorrow. But if you have any questions, we can take it up now. Any questions, any clarifications? Okay, so we'll stop now. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki jai, Shri Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai, Shri Madhurya Kadambini ki jai. Hare Krishna.